Hi, I'm Jessica Mack,
I'm Liam Loston.
I'm Felipe Santana.
And I'm Michaela Gray.
and we're going to be talking about 5 subjects from the book Tuesdays with Morrie. Our first topic will be family. So my question for you guys is, what role did Morrie say families play in creating a meaningful life?
I personally said that he thinks that love is something that will never leave, like with family, and it's important to have love and to spread it around to different people, because it's just a positive thing and people need love.
Yeah.
I think that Morrie values family so much because it's like the base of your purpose and your identity, and in a sense, you'll always have it, and they will give you endless support.
Yeah, I think Maria said being with family is a way to be present, like to focus on the present.
Yeah. Family will always be there for you, and that's why it brings the most meaning to your life. And the next topic is the meaning of life.
When Morrie would give Mitch advice, why do you think he majorly focused on the aspects of a meaningful life?
I think because he was facing death and wanted to share his experience about a fulfilling life.
I thought that Maury wanted to teach Mitch that he should focus on the bigger things and the things that will matter in the long run rather than focusing on the little things, and also to just live life happily rather than doing what he's supposed to do, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. I think Morrie saw that Mitch was struggling a little bit with his life, and I think he wanted to impart some wisdom that he had before he passed on. And so he cared about Mitch, and he wanted him to have the happiest life he could. And so I think that's why they talked about the meaning of life so much, is so that he could help Mitch find that meaning in his life.
What fears do you think keep people from living the life they want?
In my opinion, I think people are way too shy and scared of failure, and they rather not try at all than wondering what would have happened because of embarrassment.
I think that people choose the secure path instead of the path that they want to do. Like maybe wanting to go into a workforce or learning something that they want to do but isn't really a secure place where they can get really many jobs.
Yeah, I agree with that. In context to the book, I think, Mitch, he wanted to play the piano, and he was a really good musician, but he chose the safer route and went into a business where he could earn more money, and it wasn't as competitive as being a musician.
Right.
So I feel like that was an example of fear that he had. And so, yeah. So on the topic of forgiveness, why did Morrie say it's important to forgive not only others but also yourself?
Because Morrie is so old, he lived a long life, and he's learned a lot of lessons and has gone through experiences, so he would know what it's like to not forgive yourself and the consequences. And he thinks that being unforgiving, it makes you stuck in the past and you should move on.
I think an example from the book is when Maury talked about his friend, where I can't really remember, but I guess something happened and he didn't forgive him, and he was really upset because he's gone now and he can't ever have his friend again. And I think he says that because it's important to always be there for the ones that you love and just forgive them even if they hurt you.
Right.
I think it's because it helps you let go of the past and lets you focus on love.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that when you don't forgive others, it mainly hurts yourself, not really them, that you're not forgiving. So,
I think it also helps you grow as a person.
yeah.
The next topic is death. How does the thought of death change throughout the book?
I think Mitch becomes more accepting about dying because he sees how peaceful Morrie looks.
Yeah, I would agree that Mitch was able to learn a lot from Morrie's example of how, despite Morrie, he was afraid to die at first, I think. But I think he realized that he didn't want to be afraid when he died. And Mitch, seeing the graceful way that Morrie was towards death, helped him to feel more comfortable about it, maybe even accepting of it. And so, yeah.
Yeah, because Morrie is so old, he's only really, and he's also sick. Morrie can only really watch the world from the sidelines, and so he's really able to fully take it all in and develop new perspectives and learn to be at peace with it. And he also knows that it was always bound to happen.
Yeah. What I also like about the book is that, like, death is something that we all have to face, and I really liked how it gave a different perspective of how we can react to death. For ourselves when it comes, and also with others that maybe we've loved and they've passed, and it really helps to give a different perspective of hope. I really liked Morrie and what he said about the wave and that it's a part of the ocean. Just, it brings more peace.